My name is Sylvia Ramby and I'm a chef, professional chef. I started back in April. It is just new to the Orlando area. Before I got into the food truck business, well, I was a network engineer for 21 years, and then I became the office manager of a network company, and I figured corporate America will only have me for so long, and I like the flexibility of it, and I don't have to be open 24 hours a day. I can make my own hours, choose events, or choose not to go to events. I had two kind of responses. One said, "Oh my God, you're opening a Roach Coach." And then a couple said, "That's great," because people that don't watch the Food Network and aren't into food, they don't understand what this is about. I attended culinary school, but not with this in mind. I think the economy too pushed me towards this, because I was going to open a restaurant in Winter Springs, but I noticed that other restaurants were failing, and that kind of scared me off. Well, I do organic, and I believe in organic, sustainable food, so I buy from my local farmers and my local growers and breeders. I buy from a fish company, Wild Ocean, and Palmetto Creek Farm. I get my pork from him, and he breeds them naturally and range-free. My team is a family-run business, but I do hire other employees because sometimes we need more people depending on the events. My favorite thing is the flexibility. And the biggest challenge is finding locations that will let us sell. My favorite dish that I like to cook for people is desserts, and I like to make in sweet and savory, like honey rosemary ice cream or basil and mint ice cream, and kind of gives them a different taste when they taste it. They're like, "Wow, what is that?" I was thinking of putting on my menu for the fall is duck confit nachos, but I don't know how that's going to be received. I think there's more advantages than disadvantages at running a food truck than a restaurant. With a food truck, if that location isn't good, you just go to another location and get a different customer base. I like to do the food truck bazaars where all the food trucks gather. There's a lot of people that go to those, and we don't have a lot of inventory left when we do those. When we do pricing, we have to compete with the food trucks. Because I think anything over $10, most people won't come to for a food truck. They're expecting between the $6 to $8 range for pretty much a full meal. Our portions are a little smaller than a restaurant because I think when people go to food truck bazaars, they want to try everything, a little bit of everything. So I keep mine somewhat not huge, and that way I can keep the price down too. The social media has taken the food trucks to where we don't have to advertise. The social media advertises for us. And we just put our location, and people that like your food will come and follow you around. But then you have to be careful too, because if you got one bad comment, oh my gosh. What are the risks involved in operating a food truck? Food spoilage, which I guess everybody has that. Going to an event or a bazaar and you're expecting 200 to 300 people and you've got that much food and only 3 people show up. And finding a place to park. And there is a little food truck politics involved sometimes. I'm hoping it'll continue. Another part of me thinks it's going to die off, it's just a fad, but I hope not. And if it does continue for 10 years, I'd like to franchise and have like 3 or 4 trucks.
I never would have thought that it would come out of a truck. All right, my concept of a truck is sleazy hot dogs on a corner, not a portobello mushroom. So it's very exciting. Thank you.
My experience was amazing. When I came down here, I wanted to get something that was out of the ordinary, something that you can't get every day.
Like any business, you have to have a little bit of money. And you have to make sure you can survive when you think you're going to make $1,000 that night and you only make $100. And you spent $300 on food. So those are the challenges and the hardest parts. People are tired of the chain restaurants. I mean, you can only go to these chain restaurants so many times, and you know the menu inside out. They want to try new food. They're passionate, people that are passionate about food, and they want to try new flavors, new ingredients, and they just want something new.